honestly, what's funny is I've never done a demo day.
I've never done a demo day before.
We've never done a demo day.
I can't say I've had one as special as this one.
My mom's coming, so it'd be great for her to be there and see that I actually have a real job.
There's kind of this feeling in the air, especially when you're with other founders, that anything is possible right now.
You're solving a problem that you inherently face, right? All companies are just problem solvers.
I don't know, I mean, I'm just one of those crazy people that just finds it fun to solve problems and to have something out there and to tell people about something that I'm building.
If you work hard and you believe in something, you can build something, and all that hard work will pay off.
Every day working to make sure that what my idea is actually manifests into reality.
You get to decide what it is. That's the fun part.
Building a business can be difficult, but it's not as difficult when you have such an amazing team like here with Techstars.
I think that's the beauty of Techstars. You don't have to figure it out alone. You have a whole team behind you that wants to see you succeed.
And I would say the funnest part of that process is really doing it with people that you really care about and that are just as passionate and as hardworking as you are.
They're almost like our extended family. Like, we're in it together, which has been great.
With being a founder, you get to learn about anything. And the more you enjoy that, the further you're gonna get.
I think I have a much deeper understanding of who I am as a person, as a founder, as a leader.
Every day there's potentially that opportunity to take it to the next level.
This is an opportunity not a lot of startups get, and so we want to take advantage of that.
Honestly, the most fun part of all of this is you're making it up as you go.
Let's get this party started. Let's go. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, hey. Hey guys, I'm Tim Dorr. I'm the managing director of Techstars Atlanta and Techstars Impact. And welcome to the 9th Techstars Atlanta Demo Day for the first time at Venture Atlanta here in the Atlanta Symphony Hall. We're excited to be here. And I wanted to start off with addressing some rumors. This is actually the final Techstars Atlanta Demo Day, powered by Cox. So this isn't a series finale, it's a season finale. And we've got some great news as to what's coming up next. We're gonna have David Cohen, the CEO of Techstars, come out and talk about that, and talk about what's coming next on season 2 of Techstars Atlanta, The Next Generation. But I wanted to take a brief look at season 1 and talk a bit about why it's been so successful. It's our longest corporate partnered program in Techstars history. It's been running for 9 years, which is more than half the length of Techstars itself, and has produced 139 alumni companies combined with Techstars Impact. And that has a secret to that success, which is Cox. You notice we say it's powered by Cox, and we really mean that. They actually power this program in the sense that this is not just some line item on a balance sheet somewhere. They are fully involved. They give us space, resources, people, connections. They are all in. And you're going to hear more about that later from Alex Taylor, the CEO of Cox Enterprises, and also Michael Cohn, who was the original managing director back in 2016 of the program. But let's get started with why we're all here, these amazing companies. We have 10 of them to show to you today. They've been working really hard over the last 13 weeks. There's a lot of progress to talk about and a lot more to come that they're going to show you. Powered by these amazing founders who've been working with. Great people to be working with. And they've been having a lot of fun doing it. So let's get started.
have a daughter, I'm really sorry to be the one that breaks this to you. She's probably dealing dresses. Women all over America are swapping clothing through makeshift platforms like Instagram DMs, group chat, Snapchat, and even Slack groups. Why are they doing this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You already know it. We love clothes. We want to wear a new outfit to every single event. How many of us have closets full of clothes, yet often feel like we have nothing to wear? But buying something new every time you go out is not practical, and we often feel like this at the very last minute. So what are your options? Fast fashion? Meh. A rental subscription, which is not last minute, still expensive, don't get me started on printing return shipping labels, thank you. Or the obvious solution, Dressy Club, where you can shop closets within walking distance. It's last minute, it's affordable, and woman in the room, tell me you wouldn't love to see the trendiest items right on your block. I'm Tay, and my brother Cole and I started Dressy Club, an app where you can rent or buy from people nearby. Now, unlike Instagram or group chats, our shoppable interface lets anyone ask, can I wear that, to someone in the community. And this ability to browse a local closet keeps our average active user engaged for 12 minutes a day. So that's great, but how does it actually work? Well, this set, I think I could probably rent it out for 40 bucks. So I open the Dressy Club app, I take a photo, and upload it for my community to see. Holy cow, someone already rented it. I know they're within walking distance and, oh, they're backstage. Perfect, I'll just drop it off. And just like that, coffee money for the whole week, even after accounting for Dressy Club's commission, of course. So we want to be in your home, we want to be in your neighbor's home, but we're starting with college. We launched our pilot at UGA this fall and have already experienced a 241% user growth rate. A new item is posted on our app every 2 hours. So at this point, at UGA alone, we have enough clothing to outfit all of Venture Atlanta. And the cherry on top is our transaction volume has doubled month over month and is on track to do the same this month. We've even been told that users are browsing Dressy Club during class, so sorry about that, teachers. College women, they spend about $3 billion annually on clothing. Good, but better place to start because they graduate and they move all over America, bringing us to the larger US resale market, which, oh, by the way, is $26 billion and grew 15 times faster than retail last year. This is addicting. People love a deal of secondhand, and more than that, they love buying and selling their own clothes. But speaking of retail, how are we competing with e-commerce? Well, it's actually pretty simple. We offer more to choose from without the hassle of shipping. Now, what if I told you that the average US college campus has more dresses on that single campus than total amount of clothing items offered at Zara? Well, you would probably tell me you would rather shop local for what you used to go to retail for. My brother and I both have experience in investment banking and sales and trading. Women obviously view their clothing as assets that they want to buy and sell. So we're just helping take this marketplace and liquidity knowledge to Main Street from Wall Street. Camille is our CTO and has over 20 years of experience, 3 exits, and is a 2-time Techstars alum, and he works alongside Vinny, our legendary full-stack dev. With a strong team of mentors and advisors helping shape our strategy, we are Dressy Club. So if you have a closet, I know you have product, and if you want to deal dresses, we would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.
productivity software has come a long way in things like streamlining communication, organizing company data, and keeping the team on task. But a company is a lot more than its systems. It's the individuals who operate those systems. And depending on the vertical, as many as 1 in 3 of those individuals suffers from the symptoms of executive dysfunction. Not to be confused with dysfunctional executives, executive dysfunction is common to conditions like ADHD, autism, and anxiety, just to name a few, all under the umbrella of neurodivergence. Around 50 million American adults struggle with conditions that affect their executive function. It affects the way that they prioritize, start, and complete each part of a task, and that costs the US economy about $122 billion in productivity loss every year. Now, to recover that loss, these individuals need individualized tools that help them maximize their contribution to the workforce, just like some people need glasses. That hasn't been possible until now. Advancements in neuroscience and AI have afforded opportunities to understand and solve for these conditions in nuanced ways. Opportunities to improve not just productivity, but quality of life. It's gonna be a lot harder than slapping up another task manager, but we'd better try, because the people most likely to suffer from a condition like ADHD are your best engineers. They're your heads of marketing, they're your C-suite executives, they're your most promising entrepreneurs, like me. My name is Mina Raver, and I was diagnosed with ADHD at 6 years old, which means that everything that I've accomplished, from earning my public health degree to coaching other professionals, even standing before you today, I've achieved with the added burden of navigating a world that's just not organized for me. I will tell you the struggle was real, but because of a lifetime of experiences, dozens of client successes, and years of targeted research, I knew it didn't have to be, which is why I've built Better CEO. Now, like most tools, Better CEO gathers all of your tasks and organizes them onto a single streamlined dashboard. Like some other tools, we then break down those tasks into their finest components to improve your performance by making sure you don't skip steps. Then, like no other tool, Better CEO leverages the latest advancements in neuroscience, human learning modalities, and machine learning to create a customized experience that adapts to users' behavior. It's like glasses for your brain. We launched just in April, and I'm so proud to share that since then we've received all 5-star reviews from our 400 monthly active users. Thank you. And we are just getting started. But this early traction supports what the statistics tell us, that the productivity software market is exploding. And we are entering here with small business owners, where the opportunity is most ripe for advancement and the problem is most dense. We know too that with a strong foothold in this market segment, the path to advancement, to expansion, becomes much more traversable. We are the team to make this happen. Everyone on the team, from our dedicated staff to our exceptional advisors, is committed to bringing this solution to the world. We are forging the future of accessibility and workplace productivity at the emerging intersection of human cognition and artificial intelligence. Because task managers are great for organizations, but people need more. Behind this QR code is a list of ways that you can get involved. Scan it now, and I'll see you later. Thanks.
Imagine trying to open a door without a key, a locked door. Well, that's the reality for most artists starting off in the music industry. They love music and they want to create their own, but they just don't know where to start. And that's because they don't have the keys needed to get them through that locked door. The music industry professionals like producers, songwriters, studios, and audio engineers, all that are crucial to making professional quality music. Music that people genuinely want to hear. Now, if you're a famous artist like Drake or Beyonce, you have the keys. You have teams made up of dozens of music industry professionals helping you create your next album. But for the majority of us, we don't have that insider access. We're on our own. And this led me to ask the question, if they can have the keys, why can't you? Why can't everyone have the access, the connections, and the tools needed to make professional quality music? My name's Caleb Aayat Collier. I'm the CEO and founder of Aayats. I'm a music industry professional audio engineer that has helped artists around the globe sound like stars, while also working out of Atlanta's biggest recording studios. My hair has grown a little bit since that photo. But bear with me. I've been on the inside and I've seen the doors that have kept other people out of the music industry. But instead of keeping those doors closed, I want to open them up for all. And that's exactly why I created Aayats. Aayats is your one-stop shop for all the tools you need to make professional quality music. We connect you to all the producers, the songwriters, the studios, and audio engineers you need. But unlike your average marketplace, we're powered by AI. And what that means is you can just describe your dream album as if you're talking to a friend. And instantly, our model is able to match you to the perfect music industry professionals to make your album dream turn into reality. Now, life before Aayats was a mess. If you wanted to get started making music, it was confusing because all of the keys to music production were scattered across different platforms that you'd have to jump through. But now it's so much simpler. We've solved this here at Aayats by centralizing all the tools you need under one platform, saving you time. Now, this centralized approach is what sets us apart. While our competitors focus on niche parts of the music production process, we offer artists a new path, a path where they can find everything they need in one platform, which provides a better user experience and starves our niche competitors. We make money by charging a small commission anytime a product or service is transacted on our platform. And this is a gigantic opportunity. The music industry is worth over $28 billion, and it's made up of over 76 million music creators globally, many of which need easy and accessible tools to produce high-quality music with. And I'm happy to say Aayats is there to meet that need. Now, to reach aspiring artists, we're using 3 different strategies. First, we have campus ambassadors at some of Georgia's biggest and most talented universities. We have partnerships with some of the most disruptive music tech startups on the planet. And we're in early talks with some of the biggest music influencers across social media. The team that's building Aayats is a team made up of music industry experts, lifelong software engineers, and seasoned marketers who are all united by a mission to rid the music industry of gatekeepers and to make music creation more accessible for all. But no team is really, truly powerful without a team of top-notch advisors. We're being advised from experts from Stanford and Universal Music Group who are making sure that we're always leading innovation. Now, because of this amazing team we have, we've helped artists produce over 100 songs so far. We've built a network of over 500 music industry experts. We've already launched our beta, and we've already started generating revenue. But it's because of all this hard work that I'm super excited to announce that Aayats is launching next week. So, join us as we bring in a new era for the music industry. If you're someone who wants to become a music producer, an artist, or if you're somebody who already is, or if you're an investor that wants to get in on this opportunity, connect with me here. Together, we can bring a miracle to the music industry. Thank you.
let's be real. If dating apps are actually working, I wouldn't be here about to pitch you another one. I get it, dating apps suck, and that's not just my opinion, it's the objective reality. And here I am, single like many others, because pictures, swiping, and texting, they're not cutting it. See, these apps are missing one key element, our voices. Sure, they offer more chances to meet someone, but relationships didn't start over text back in the day, and they shouldn't now. Take this text, for example, LOL. Are they really laughing out loud? Are they sending the same text message to like 5 other people? There's so much that can get lost over text. Now, imagine you're on the phone with someone and you actually hear someone laugh. You can feel the connection, the energy, the chemistry. See, that's what's missing. Real conversation. You know, like actually talking to someone. See, current dating apps, they don't get this, but at Switch, we do. Hi, my name is Kiki, CEO and co-founder of Switch. We are disrupting online dating by bringing back the most human feature we have, our voices. We're creating a new category of connection by combining 2 elements, the convenience of online dating and live audio chats. Switch provides a safe way for users to have a real-time audio conversation before seeing the full profile. And I'm about to show you how it works. So there's 2 different ways that a user can get into a speed date on Switch. With our one-on-one requests, users choose who they want to speak with. They scroll through profile pictures and Switch notes, then they can send a one-on-one request to speed date. Both users answer an icebreaker question, then they talk in real time for 3 to 6 minutes. After, both users gain full access to each other's profile, so they can decide if they want to match or not. Now, our chat roulette, that's our bread and butter. It simulates an in-person speed dating experience by randomly connecting users to each other. Before the conversation begins, the pictures will be blurred, but as it progresses, they will slowly reveal. Then it's the same thing on the back end. They can decide if they would like to match or not. So it's a standard that the dating app industry, they make their money from a freemium subscription model with additional upsell opportunities. But with our unique functionality, we can monetize 3 times more than competitors through brand partnerships, survey monetization, and ad placements. We are so inherently different that our innovation has created a better business model that traditional dating apps, they can't touch. And even with declining user satisfaction, this market will exceed 400 million users next year with a current market value of over $9 billion. So this is why now is the perfect time for Switch to capitalize on this growth. I'm joined by my co-founder, Corey Staples. She's also very single. She's also very single. And we built a team of dedicated advisors who's guided us every step of the way. Together, we are growing hyper-locally, starting right here in Atlanta. We actually hosted a speed dating event last week that generated a surge in our waitlisters. We had over nearly 200 RSVPs, and that was just on a Wednesday. So imagine what we can do once we launch our app. Since the start of the Techstars program, the waitlist has grown over 123%, and I'm excited to announce that everyone right here, right now, is exclusively invited to join Switch's beta launch, and where you can experience Switch firsthand. So scan this QR code, and if you're not single, just invite a single best friend and make sure you remind them and tell them that we're bringing back real conversations, real emotions, and genuine connections through live audio. See, the dating app world, it doesn't need another swipe. It needs a switch. Thank you guys so much.
You know what's worse than getting a bad haircut? Charging the wrong price for it. Seriously though, a bad haircut can be fixed with time and shears, but charging the wrong price for your service, that can be devastating. Hey, my name is Crystal Graves, and I am the founder and CEO of Liquid and a recovering underpricer. Now listen, I was not out here giving out bad haircuts, but I definitely was not charging enough. just like millions of stylists every single day in the US. When I started my salon, I had creativity and passion, but no business plan. The first 5 years, I suffered from low profits and burnout. I literally wanted to quit, even get a W-2. But then everything changed. I went from slaying hair behind the chair to mastering business, understanding systems and strategy and pricing. I knew in that moment my mission was clear: to help other stylists do the same. So I went on. I coached 300 stylists worldwide, and all of them were trying to master technique, thinking that was the key to success. But they were missing one crucial piece: that understanding business drives profitability. And that's why I created Liquid. Now, I know there are a lot of tech companies in the salon market, but they fall short. And that's where Liquid picks up, in the areas of data, actionable insights, and clear steps to stylists to have the confidence and knowledge to run their own businesses. So, what makes Liquid flow? We first allow the stylist to go in and put in all of their expenses. They put in their pricing. They put in how many hours they want to work behind the chair. And then instantly, we tell them how much they should charge and why, giving them the confidence to understand. And then we know clients are a little bit fed up too. So we want to elevate the client experience. So we reach out to the client first. We get the information from them. And then we take that information and turn it into workflows and recommendations for the stylist. What this does is it increases the retention rate, and it increases the average service ticket by 30%. And in just 6 months, we have onboarded over 300 paying salons, and we have a wait list of over 6,000. And I am so grateful that I'm not doing this alone. I have a team with decades of experience in venture capital, technology, and business development. We have scaled businesses from millions to billions, and we are ready to do the same with Liquid. We are not building another technology tool. We are empowering a $69 billion industry of salon owners who deserve to build a legacy. So help us. After all, they did bring out the beauty in each and every one of you. Peace out, my beautiful people, and thank you.
Back in 2016, we were asking ourselves, what kind of a world do we want to live in? What kind of a community do we want to help create? And we went out and did a study about what would help make Atlanta a better place for entrepreneurs and startups.
This was the first world-class accelerator to come to our city. And there was tremendous excitement and energy in the ecosystem around it.
There's a lot of great big companies in Atlanta. There's a lot of universities. And there's a lot of students coming out of school from a lot of different places with ideas and companies that they want to create. But for some reason, Atlanta was not a big tech startup community. And so we partnered with a number of different organizations, particularly Techstars, and we created this program that has had great success.
I think the combination of Techstars and Cox is really unique. I mean, oftentimes you see startups and large companies, they feel a world apart, but Cox bridges that gap through their values and their people.
Techstars, in conjunction with the Cox family, is incredible in terms of connections, resources, just the name and the trust that's associated with all of that.
More than 130 companies have gone through. $300 million of capital has been raised. The market cap of all the companies that have gone through this program is over $800 million.
Cox has played such a critical role in building essential relationships and partnerships, both with founders, but also being able to help recruit mentors to be part of that ecosystem.
And that's something that just feels good. It's I look at it as part of the role that Cox Enterprises plays in Atlanta. We want to be a big company, we want to do really well financially, we want to make money, but more than anything, we want to do good things with that. We want to partner with people that we feel close to.
That Southern hospitality of doing what you can do for somebody else, not because of how it will benefit you, but because it's good for them, that permeates throughout this entire program.
Back when my great-grandfather started this business, it was a startup. He was borrowing money and he was living on a shoestring and he was doing his best to turn Cox Enterprises into something. And I never want to get too far away from that entrepreneurial spirit.
10 years from now, 20 years from now, see the startup ecosystem, how it matures from here. And this was one of the most important things to the beginning of that.
Part of what makes us feel good is partnering with you, supporting Techstars, and seeing your companies grow and thrive.
Could not be more grateful for Cox's investment in the startup community here in Atlanta. If we look back 5-6 years, this is a different city and has Cox Enterprises' fingerprints all over it.
Good afternoon to everyone at Techstars Atlanta. I wanted to take a moment to welcome you and congratulate you on making it to Demo Day this year. And I also wanted to spend a second reflecting on the important role that your companies and all companies play in society, particularly at a time like this. Our company was founded in 1898 by my great-grandfather, and he was someone who believed that he was making the world a better place by owning a newspaper and reporting on the wrongs and injustices that were happening in society. And over time, that became a big business that grew into more than 50 newspapers and ultimately into radio and television and software and automotive logistics and broadband and internet, and here we are today. And I would just encourage all of you to think about not just what your company does and how much money it makes, but the impact you're having on society, the kind of employer you are to your employees, the kind of impact you have, not just selling your product, but with those that are in the vicinity of selling the product, the people in the community around you, because you can have a big impact on the world. And I think we can all admit that in today's day and times, we all need to pitch in and be part of a larger, better, stronger community. So congratulations on everything that you've accomplished. Good luck on the road ahead. It won't be easy, but if you work hard, you're honest, and you contribute to the world around you in a positive way, you're going to be successful and you're going to be very happy. I also wanted to just take a second to thank the leaders of the Techstars program that have gotten us here. The first person that I worked with ever on Techstars was Michael Cohn. Thank you for being here. Michael was very quick to realize that he wasn't the smartest person in the room and he needed to bring on some help. He brought on Tyler Scriven, who's also here. Then we had David Payne, Barry Givens, now Tim Dorr. And I'd just like to thank all of our managing directors for doing such a great job. And I'd like to welcome you to the stage, and congratulations again to everyone.
Good evening, everybody. We'd like to just take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to Alex Taylor, to Cox Enterprises for their incredible support over the last decade, not only for Techstars, but for the broader Atlanta startup ecosystem. As many of you know, Cox Enterprises is a family-owned global company with 125 years history, as you just heard, 50,000 employees, $23 billion in revenue. By any measure, investing in startups doesn't necessarily move the needle for an organization of their size. So even a multi-million-dollar exit wouldn't necessarily shift the trajectory here. So why did Cox decide to make this investment in the Atlanta startup ecosystem? Well, just as Alex shared, his great-grandfather was not only an entrepreneur, but also someone who believed deeply in civic responsibility. When the results of that study that he just mentioned in the video landed on his desk, Alex saw an opportunity for Cox Enterprises to lead in helping Atlanta develop the connective tissue that brings together founders, investors, mentors, and customers. And so in our first meeting, I asked the same question: why are you investing in this program? And that was the first of many times that I heard Alex say, if it's good for Atlanta, it'll be good for Cox. And in that moment, I understood how deeply he lives the ethos his great-grandfather instilled so many years ago. As we reflect on what's been almost a decade of Techstars Atlanta, that was the first spark, the first catalyst here that convinced hundreds and hundreds of mentors to take time out of their busy schedules to attend Mentor Madness events, get selected, lean in week after week and help founders, those founders who were just crazy enough to take the leap without, these mentors had no expectation of receiving anything in return. When Cox brought Techstars to Atlanta, Techstars taught our community how and why to give first when building a startup community. And by leading through example, Cox ignited a flywheel that continues to gain momentum throughout the ecosystem today. On a personal note, this journey has been transformative for me. Coming off the sale of my business, I was at a crossroads, a career pivot. I was intrigued by the opportunity that Techstars offered, but it wasn't really until I met Alex personally that I understand his conviction and how he believed that Cox could and would play a role in the coming years to transform the city's profile in the venture ecosystem at large. It was Alex's enthusiasm and his personal commitment that moved me to join Techstars to help light that spark and contribute to that catalyst. Since the first program, 139 companies came through the doors of the 9th floor at Pond City Market. They've raised over $300 million in venture capital, employed hundreds of people, if not thousands, and created companies worth nearly $1 billion of value. One of those founders, Rachel McCrickard, you'll hear from in just a moment. She'll share her journey on building a digital health platform. But before that, I wanted to share just a quick update on one of Rachel's classmates, Atticus LeBlanc, and a company called PadSplit. Atticus joined Techstars in 2018 with a bold vision to build an affordable housing business and make a lasting impact on the lives of lower income workforce. Techstars was the crucible that put his business to the test and began PadSplit's transformation from a real estate management company into what it is today, which is the most sophisticated prop tech marketplace in the world that matches residents with safe, respectable, and affordable housing. In the process, Atticus has introduced a new, highly predictable asset class to retail and institutional investors. And through the connections with mentors and supporters in our community during those early years, PadSplit has grown from 10 beds to over 15,000 beds in 20 cities. Since inception, the company has housed over 35,000 people, saved over $100 million cumulatively in savings for residents, and today is on a run rate to collect over $120 million in revenue for landlords, all helping to solve one of the most systemic challenges in our country and demonstrating that venture capitalism can also make tremendous impact. Beyond startups, Alex's passion, we'll hold that for just one second. Alex's passion for startups helped unlock my own and has defined this chapter of my career. Through Techstars, I met my business partner, Sean, and together we launched Overline, a seed stage venture capital fund backed by Cox. And I'm not alone. Tyler went on to create Saltbox, a nationwide logistics solution for e-commerce founders, backed by Socium, the new venture to buyout fund from Cox. Dave launched Neighborhood Studios. Barry launched Collab Capital, a venture studio and venture capital fund, also backed by Cox. None of this would have been possible without the vision and commitment that Alex Taylor made and his team, that Alex and his team had made. On behalf of all the managing directors here and all the program staff, we wanted to say thank you to Alex for your unwavering support, for believing in what's possible right here in Atlanta. The impact you and the people of Cox Enterprises have made on this city and startup community will be felt for generations to come. Thank you, Alex.
My name is Rachel Ledbetter McCrickard. I am the CEO and co-founder of Motivo, and I'm also a licensed marriage and family therapist. This is a special moment for me because it's the first time I'm reverting back to my maiden name, Ledbetter, in a pitch. I'm a mere 2 weeks away from being divorced, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not sure if you've heard about this divorce concept, but 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. As if I didn't just overshare enough, let me share a little bit more about me. I started Motivo to solve a problem I experienced on my own road to licensure, which was lack of access to a clinical supervisor. If you are unfamiliar with the therapist licensure process, it's very similar to residency for a doctor. New therapists have to work under the professional supervision of another therapist for 2 years in order to obtain licensure in their state. This process is very long and arduous. When I was working towards my license, I lived in a rural area of North Georgia. Supervision had to be face-to-face during that time, and the closest clinical supervisor was 2 hours away in Atlanta. I spent hours each week driving back and forth to my supervisor's office. I stuck with it and I got licensed, but I noticed several years later that states started changing their rules to allow supervision remotely through video conference. That's what gave me the idea for Motivo. Motivo is a virtual clinical supervision platform, and we've helped over 6,000 therapists obtain licensure in the last few years. Let me zoom out for a minute and tell you just how big this problem is. 57% of therapists who obtain a master's degree in counseling or social work never complete their licensure. This means we are losing over half of the available supply of therapists before they even get started. The reasons therapists don't obtain licensure range from things like lack of access to clinical supervision to a misunderstanding of state licensure rules. The important thing to note on this slide is that less than 2% of therapists decide that the profession just wasn't a good fit. All the other reasons are solvable problems, mostly related to the archaic and chaotic licensure process. I always like to say that for therapists, getting your degree is actually the easy part. It's becoming licensed that is so hard. We are honored to be the alumni company presenting today, so let me give you a little bit of background on how we got started and how things are going. I started the company in 2018 and went through the Techstars Atlanta 2018 cohort. I had 0 tech experience, and I was a company of 1. I hired my first developer on the first day of Techstars, and we became a team of 2. He took the clunky MVP I had built on Shopify and began building it into an actual product. Those first few years were tough, but we experienced some major tailwinds due to the pandemic when everything shifted to virtual. Today, we are a team of 28, and we contract over 1,200 supervisors across the country. We are providing clinical supervision to over 200 healthcare companies, and we've raised about $22 million in capital. Thank you. We've doubled our revenue in the past 2 years while maintaining a pretty flat headcount. We are proud to be providing supervision in the areas of our country that need mental health professionals the most. 34% gross margin doesn't sound that great for a SaaS company, but we're a tech-enabled service, so my finance people say it's pretty good. Somehow, I was able to convince a lot of super smart people to join me on this ride. My co-founder and CTO, Mike, came from Airbnb and a number of other Bay Area startups. Our chief clinical officer, Dr. Carla, is essentially the country's expert on state-by-state licensure rules. And both John and Allie came from Able2, a mental health startup that was acquired by United Healthcare in 2018. Here's a look at some of the companies we are proud to work with. We provide them with access to our vetted clinical supervisors, and this allows them to hire recent graduates who are in need of clinical supervision. This last slide is what I wish someone would have told me the day that I was leaving Techstars, and that is that truly the work is just beginning. Building a startup is so freaking hard. We experienced all the excitement at demo day, but after that, it was a long uphill battle of raising a seed and then a Series A, acquiring customers, building a product, fine-tuning our metrics and margins, and building a world-class team. I cried a lot during these years, but I also got a lot stronger, and so did the company. One of the main things I learned is that luck and timing are truly everything. Most founders I know work the same level of hard. We all want our companies to succeed. Sometimes the chips fall in our favor, and sometimes they don't. Fellow founders, I just want to say directly to you, you can do this. I believe in you. Put your heart and soul into your companies and give it all you've got. But know that your inherent worth and value are not up for debate. No matter what happens in the years that come, be proud of yourself for taking this leap to create something new in the world. Again, I'm Rachel Ledbetter McCricker, the CEO and co-founder of Motivo. If you want to hear more about Motivo or my shithead ex-husband, please come find me afterwards.
It was the year 2006. I was in CVS at 15, doing what any teenage girl would do. Sneaking to buy makeup with my lunch money. Sorry, Mom. I saw the sea of beige on the shelves and noticed only a handful of shades for brown skin. And I couldn't try them on, so I did what I could in a tricky situation. I guessed. And I looked like a ghost. That's me on the right. I was clearly wearing the wrong foundation shade. Before 2017, on average, there were as few as 5 shades for brown-skinned people per brand. But over the last decade, the cosmetics industry for people of color has exploded, with larger brands rolling out tons of new options and newer brands emerging specifically for us. This abundance of options is a great thing. We've come a long way from 50 Shades of Peach. Yes. But it presents a new challenge when finding the right shade for our unique skin tones. You see, today, people of color have upwards of 20 foundation shade options. And only a third of us find our match on the first try. And if we account for 40% of the market, why are we still struggling here? Well, there's nuance to consider. We are a historically underserved market. Companies do not always get our undertones correct. Our skin reflects certain lighting conditions differently, and not all of our shades are generally available in store. But that's where we step in. I'm Ryan, a professional makeup artist of over 10 years with a background in neuroscience and the founder of Honey to Cocoa. Honey to Cocoa is an AI-powered makeup artist in your pocket that helps people of color match makeup to their unique skin tones, and we're on a mission to revolutionize the cosmetics buying experience. Here's how it works. A user will upload a selfie into the app, and our AI engine will extract pixels from different areas of her face, solving for things like lighting and camera tone, and then we calculate those pixels into a singular color value. We then take that color value and compare it to hundreds of products in our database, and we serve up recommendations tailored specifically to her gorgeous skin tone. From there, users can link through the app to purchase directly from our retail partners. It's deceptively simple. The cosmetics industry is big business, over $100 billion globally, 20 billion of which is right here in the US, with people of color accounting for 8 billion of that. And on a per capita basis, we spend more in categories like foundation, where accurate skin tone matching is absolutely critical. So, to tap into this rapidly growing market, we'll leverage partnerships with beauty brands and influencers, and we'll drive revenue in a few ways. Our base level shade matching technology will be available for free for all of our users. And a premium paid subscription model will be available for users to access more complex technology. And then lastly, we'll receive commission for every transaction fulfilled through our app. So, building our technology has been challenging, but we've come such a long way. To date, we've secured our first partnership with a small boutique natural beauty brand, and we've grown our wait list to 220 subscribers with 50 active beta testers. Yes. Yes, thank you. And I am so excited to announce that we've completed our machine learning model, and we have plans to launch our app this winter. And here's the fabulous team of engineers, advisors, mentors, interns who've helped me to bring this vision to life. So we've come a long way from that day at CBS, but the struggle for women of color to find our perfect match is still very real. At Honey to Cocoa, we're here to change that. It's time that we all feel seen, heard, and beautifully represented in every shade, from honey to cocoa. Thank you.
Take a look at this photo. Looks like a fun reception, right? But who do you think showed up earlier on that day more nervous? The bride or the DJ? I know what you're all thinking. I heard a lot of people say it. The DJ, right? I mean, the bride, she has her wedding planner and bridesmaids to help keep her calm. And if it doesn't work out, she can always marry again, not a big deal. But the DJ, she arrived 4 hours early, had to set up the turntables, mixers, mics, lights, remember song cues, dodge persistent song requesters. Please don't be that guy. And gets one shot to create the perfect day that will live on in memories forever. 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 That's right, Andre. Okay, I may be biased. Hi, I'm Seth the Saint, international DJ and founder of StageWing. Yes. Ask any DJ and we'll tell you, we love creating magical moments with music. But the real challenge in the profession, not the song requesters, but the equipment. Our clients count on us for sound and lighting, and the burden can fall on our backs and our wallets. We either have to buy the gear, which can cost thousands, or we borrow, emailing and texting just to see what's available. Then there's transporting it. We got extra gear, but no extra car. And if we're flying, we risk delays and damage to our gear. Not to mention, some of this equipment is heavy and cumbersome. That's 150 pounds on the screen right there, often requiring us to get to the gig 4 hours ahead of time. So it's time to remix that old painful tune. Introducing StageWing. We are the world's first event sound and lighting equipment sharing platform powered by the DJ and AV community. With StageWing, DJs and event planners of small events can easily connect with local equipment providers we call wingmates and unlock access to gear wherever there's a dance floor or important gathering. Our platform offers flexibility. Renters can choose equipment, services, delivery, on-site management, and things like that, while our wingmates can list extra gear and provide the services. It's a win-win. One wingmate made 5 times his equipment investment last year. That's like winning the DJ lottery, y'all. And the StageWing earns a commission on every rental. And since launching, we've doubled our revenue year after year, and we recently hit the 100K mark, y'all. Yes. And if you're having an event outside of Atlanta, we've got you covered. We've grown to over 300 users in 12 states without spending a single dollar on ads. Yes. And on top of that, we've earned the trust of notable brands like these who have come back to us time and time again.
Now think about all the small events that you've attended, like weddings and corporate functions. In the US alone, that industry is projected to hit $6.9 billion this year. And globally, that number is 30 billion. But we're not planning on stopping the groove right there. Our vision is to expand our offerings into industries like TV, film, festivals, conferences, to support more of the professionals who have already begun using StageWing. And to help get us there is our dedicated team alongside a rock star lineup of partners and advisors. In addition to DJing for almost 2 decades, I've also been in the rental property industry as well as in the event production management industry for the federal government as well too. And our CTO, Sean Johnson, is a full stack developer, an instructor, and a mobile app hero. Yeah, go Sean. So if you're ready to help us remix the future of event equipment rentals, scan the QR code right now. Take your phones out right now, do that. And let's get this party started with StageWing. Thank you.
Imagine having just 21 days. 21 days to find a new roommate and avoid hundreds of dollars in added rent, or worse, being forced out of your home. And as you struggle to track down every lead across Facebook groups, apps, and even your own social groups, every wasted conversation brings you another day closer to your cutoff date. And when you're under that much pressure, you take whatever you can get and you hope for the best. But what if that roommate is messy or disrespectful? If you get scammed or feel unsafe, are you just supposed to live with that mistake? Not anymore. Hi, my name is Cesar Flores, founder and CEO of Hearthmates. And after struggling in vain for months to find a roommate and spending hundreds of dollars along the way just to settle for whoever was around, I built Hearthmates, a mobile app for roommate matchmaking and collaborative housing search. We find you the right roommate right now. Whether you're looking for a room or offering one up for shared housing, you can sign up with your phone number in seconds. And with just a few profile details, our algorithm not only computes which housing areas best suit your affordability, your timing, and your commute requirements, but exclusively matches you with those looking for the same, so you'll never have to sort through irrelevant or unsolicited inbox messages again. Once matched, you can work together on housing arrangements through an enhanced group chat, secure in knowing that those conversations are starting from a place of shared need. And with so much on the line, we recognize the importance of building trust, and our ever-growing set of safety controls help promote stronger and more authentic connections. Hearthmates is free to use, but when time is short, our premium membership and add-ons help speed you along to your next home faster. And I'm so proud to announce that starting today, we are available for both Android and iOS. And that's with the backing of 900 waitlisters and an online community that we built from scratch of over 75,000 members here in Atlanta alone. And we'll be leveraging that success through social media, online communities, and ambassadors to expand throughout the country through university hubs. We're confident that by focusing on that younger consumer at the time of their first housing need, we can evolve into the push-button housing solution that best supports them as they graduate into the ever-growing pool of 144 million renters in the US. This is a unique opportunity to capture an undervalued market that bridges directly into the much larger real estate technology market, which is expected to grow at least 10% year over year through the end of this decade. I am an engineer turned landlord with experience scaling out anti-fraud solutions to the top 5 banks, I'm joined by an equally impressive engineer turned marketing specialist, and we're backed by a killer advisory team of industry experts and founders. Our goal is to turn your 21 days into just one. So if you're looking for a roommate, know someone moving on a deadline, or are an investor looking to help us grow, scan the QR code here, and let's get started on building the future of shared living together. Thank you.
$6,000. That's what the average American family spends on stuff in the first year of their child's life. Not food, not medical care, not child care, just the stuff. And it makes sense when you consider that the average baby registry has over 100 items on it. Having kids is brutally expensive, and these costs are a major source of stress in parents' lives. 70% of parents are worried about affording the things their kids need. What are their options to save some money? Play marketplace roulette and hope that amidst the goldfish crumbs and diaper blowout stains and 50-year-old cribs tucked away in grandparents' basements, they can find something they actually want to put their kid in? It's a lot of work for busy parents who simply want the best for their child. Now, think of all those times someone returns a stroller because they didn't like the color, or got 2 car seats at their baby shower and decided to return one. 15% of purchases in the US are returned, and only 1/3 of those returns are ultimately restocked, even less in the baby space. What happens to the rest of those returns? They're sitting in manufacturers' warehouses, waiting for the landfill. What if parents could shop these essentially new products and save big doing so? Hi, I'm Ben Normand, and I was one of those parents frustrated by the choice of spending an outrageous sum on baby gear or looking for a needle in a haystack when shopping secondhand. That's why I founded Stork Exchange, an online marketplace that allows parents to save an average of 33% by shopping our certified collection of returned and overstocked gear straight from the brands they trust the most. Parents can give their children the best and their wallets a rest. We partner with companies to redirect their returns so that instead of going back to the company and ultimately the landfill, they come to us at Stork Exchange. We process the returns, leveraging our guided platform to do so efficiently and accurately. Returns that pass our inspection are sold to new customers, with Stork Exchange taking a percentage of each transaction. Since 2021, we've helped over 4,000 families, and in the last 12 months have generated over 600,000 in transactions, with 40% of that in revenue. We currently work with 5 leading brands and retailers and have just raised $1.5 million in new funding to onboard new partners and make our marketplace accessible to even more families. And there are so many more families we can help. Baby gear alone in the US is worth over $10 billion annually. And it's our entry point to the larger $80 billion market for products intended for children under the age of 18. By selling parents the essentials at the earliest stage of their parenting journey, we can become a trusted partner they turn to at every stage of their child's life. And for retailers, our reverse logistics solution can be used across industries to handle the more than $600 billion worth of returns in the US every year. We've got an incredible Charlotte-based team making it happen. I previously focused on supply chain and logistics optimization at a leading strategy consultancy, and the rest of our leadership team has years of experience working at startups bridging the gap between physical operations and technology. We're so excited to have investors, brands, and above all, parents join us as we ease the burden of parenting and help companies get the best return for their returns. If you're interested in learning more, come talk to us. Thank you.
Picture this. It's late, you're hungry, and the only thing that stands between you and your next meal is the checkout line that's longer than your last Netflix binge. And that's if the store is even open. Now imagine you live in a food desert where the closest vegetable is the plastic plant that sits inside of your local convenience store. Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans live in food deserts? That's like 40 million people trying to order DoorDash, only to find that there are no restaurants in your area. It's the ultimate food tease. Right here in Atlanta, we have two worlds, those battling for food access and those craving for convenience. But why should anyone have to choose between standing in line or even eating at all? Hi, I'm Jalea, founder and CEO of Nourish and Bloom, and we're here to solve this problem because hunger doesn't discriminate and we finally have technology that doesn't either. Our solution, think of it like the future of shopping. Our AI-powered smart fridges and markets are always on, always fresh, and always hassle-free. To shop, you simply download our app or tap your card to enter. Grab what you want and walk out. Zero lines, zero scanning, zero checkout drama. It's like the abracadabra of shopping. Our cameras do all the work, tracking your selections in real time, except no magic wand needed. So what's driving this change? The workforce. Gen Z and Gen Alpha are not here for processed foods or waiting in line like it's 1999. They demand convenience, demand quality, and check this, they're actually willing to pay for it. Our solution isn't just solving problems, we're actually anticipating the future. Now this is where it gets exciting. Our smart fridges are powering Mercedes-Benz Stadium employees 24/7, even at 2 a.m. We're helping Atlanta's West Side tackle food deserts where fresh food was basically missing in action. We made history powering the first Black-owned autonomous grocery store in the world right here in Georgia. And to round off Q4, we're going to power 2 more stores on Atlanta's Beltline. We've done $1.2 million in transactions to date and over 8,000 downloads, and we're just getting started. When you think about the zero checkout players, we're not like everyone else. We're the first and only company in the United States to accept EBT and automated checkout. Because this is not just about convenience, it's about dignity and access. Because we believe that everyone deserves access to fresh food, not just those with a credit card. The EBT market is $119 billion annually and growing. That's a massive underserved market that we're tapping into. Our business model is simple. We charge companies a monthly fee for our AI technology and hardware so that they can provide healthier food options 24/7. And on top of that, we're helping them to reduce their bottom line by 25% when you think about the labor charges that they're able to save versus traditional grocery. Nourish and Bloom is led by myself and my husband and co-founder, Jamie. Together with our team of mentors and advisors, we have bring a relentless drive to solve food access with innovation. So let's revolutionize together. We're not just eliminating checkout lines. We are tearing down barriers that limit food access. Just 24/7 access to fresh, healthy goodness for all. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is David Cohen. You probably don't know me that well. I'm one of the founders of Techstars itself. I'm the CEO of the company, and I earlier this morning wrote down a few things that I wanted to say, and about 3 minutes ago, after watching this event, I decided not to say any of that. This is what you're seeing today is why I do what I do. You're seeing a build of a startup community. You're seeing a story, not just of the startups that are so amazing and did such an incredible job, but also of the history of 8 or 9 years of a build of a startup community. I'm from a little town in Colorado called Boulder. I've been working on the startup community there for a long time. I love that. I love watching the community come together to create progress, to create change, to create a better funding environment. When I saw those people come up on stage, and we saw Michael and Tyler and David, and there are so many people that have made this happen. The partnership with Cox Enterprises has obviously been amazing. But now you see multiple venture funds, new studios, new companies being born out of the ecosystem. And that's why I do what I do, and I love to see that. It's amazing to watch, and it's because of the effort that everyone here puts into it. You heard Tim say earlier that it's not a series finale, it's a season finale. Cox has been, as you've heard, and from my perspective is the same, this incredible partner, funding the activity, leaning into it. Why? Because they love Atlanta. I think the wisdom of what we're thinking of as season 2 is that the community steps forward. There are new stars of the new season, right? And while Cox will continue to support and be involved, and Techstars itself will continue to support and be involved, there's a new star of the show coming to town next year. The Techstars will be back. Who's the new star of the show? It's you. It's about the community. We're going to put together a broader mentorship network of alumni. We're going to put together capital from the community. We're going to focus what we're doing on the next decade for Atlanta, and we want to be a part of that story, and we thank you for letting us do that. I'm really looking forward to the next 10 years. I think the build will be even more amazing. I've been doing this now about 20 years as an investor in ecosystems, and it'll be amazing to watch, just as if you think back on the last 7 or 8 or 9 years, it's been so amazing. So when I recently came back as CEO, I was chairman for 4 years, and my team told me some of the capital's winding down or some things are changing. We're going to be leaving Atlanta. And I said, hell no. That's part of our family. We're not going anywhere. So we've been building here with you. This is what we do. This is what we love. We look forward to season 2 with you all as part of the show. We thank Cox for their continued support of season 2, and we'll see you in 2025. I want to toss it back to Tim, who made it all happen. Thank you for being here.
All righty. Yes. Thanks, guys. I'm going to have the founders come up on stage in just a sec. But that was awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I was jazzed up by those 10 companies. And I got some thank yous to make first, but we are going to have a reception outside afterwards, so we'll keep the buzz going. First, I got to thank my program team, so let's have them come out. These are the magical people behind the scenes who do, and in front of the scenes sometimes, who do everything to make this program work. We have Hannah Turner, our program manager, now senior program manager. This is her, 8th program? 9th? 9th program, sorry. She's been around, she's a rock star, she knows everything. Brittany, our program coordinator. She is the magic that makes everything happen, even before I even think of it sometimes. We have Day. Day touched like all 40,000 slides you saw today, whatever number it was. She's a magical designer who makes this thing come across so well. And then newly we have Katie. She is our investor in residence. She's with Pixel Recess and Renew VC. She came in and helped out with the class. One person who's not on stage today, but definitely deserves credit, is Anastasia Simon, who's our investment principal. There she is. Katie came in to fill in her shoes. Normally she helps out with the fundraising activity during the program, but we had Katie step up because Anastasia got a promotion. She's the managing director of the Tuscaloosa Water Tech program that has just gotten started, and I'm very grateful that you're here. And really proud of your progress. So let's see what's next. I gotta thank the Cox team. So, like I mentioned, Cox leans into the program, and one way they do that is providing us a dedicated team of folks, and I mean dedicated. So Tim Howe was originally involved with this program back in 2016 and was kind of our point person. That's moved through some people over the time. Morgan was our primary person up until she had this thing called a baby that kind of got in the way, but she was fighting it out last weeks of her pregnancy, showing up and helping out the class, and welcomed a new kid into the world not too long ago. But we had Tim, Brian, and Mackenzie, and Catherine all helped out as well, meeting with our founders on a weekly basis. These guys really give and give and give. They have full-time jobs, but they still find time to work with us on a weekly basis. And I find them around the office almost as much as our founders. So really appreciate all they've done. Nextly, we have our mentors, a lot of them, who come out of the woodwork and help out with this class the entire time. Whether it is before program with our Mentor Madness and matching process, whether it's in program being matched up with companies and helping them out week after week, whether it's being ad hoc mentors and helping out where they can with firefighting, they really lean in and help, and they give first, which is our hashtag. And they're very much appreciated. We have a master mentor list of over 300 people. I think that represents just how awesome our startup community here is in Atlanta, and just how much that this smaller list of people matters a lot to our program. Next, I gotta thank the people that helped out with content for the program. That was folks who came in and gave founder stories, talked about their upbringings and their startups, including some familiar names on there. And then speakers that came in and gave us presentational content, whether it was help with legal stuff or hiring or venture capital. People that kind of came out and gave up to the class in a very direct way that was really helpful. Lastly, I have to support point out our sponsors and our partners at the global network level. These companies, Amazon, Brex, Deal, Gusto, HSBC, HubSpot, JLL, Mercury, LegalPad, Paul Hastings, and Stripe. These are all kind of super partners as far as our perks go. Normally we have a set of perks where we get some free stuff for our founders. These really lean in extra and provide help and direct support to our companies in a way well beyond just some free stuff. And we very much appreciate them. This is a personal call out. Early voting in Georgia starts next week on Tuesday. Please go vote. And before you do, go check out branch.vote. They are a Techstars impact company from 2023. 1 in 10 voters in Atlanta used Branch last election cycle. Let's see if we can bump that up this year. 1 in 5, maybe 1 in 1. But please go vote. That's the most important thing. And you can pop in your address, get a personalized ballot back with all the candidate information, all those ballot measures that make no sense. Figure out why you want to support farm subsidies or not. Things like that. And then lastly, this is an ask for all of you in the audience. If you have any way that you can help any of our founders, please scan this QR code, go to that URL that's very small on the bottom, and go connect with our founders. You have contact details, you have booking links that are there. There's more information to be found out about these companies. If there's any way you can help, if you can be an investor, if you can be a partner, if you can be a customer, please go and help them out. If everyone in this room did that, they would be overwhelmed with the amount of support, and I think Atlanta can bring that to them, so let's do that. And then lastly, let's bring out the founders. Hey. Just go make a big circle kind of thing. Oh my God. And the approximately 4,000 people from Aayats. I think we cut off the list a little bit just to keep it from the stage from collapsing. You got everyone out there? Oh my God, we have so many people. I don't know if you noticed, this is a really big class. And I think I mean that most in terms of outcomes. These are going to be some amazing companies you're going to hear about over the next decade. I'll I want to say a huge congratulations to all these founders for the hard work you guys have all done over the last 3 months. You know, this has been a fantastic class for me, especially being the last class, to go out on such a high. Let's all give them a round of applause. All righty. All right, thank you. Again, we'll have a reception outside, and I'll see you guys out there. Thank you.
Too long ago, my love. Where did we go wrong? Too late to turn around. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head.